So, this is my third video.
Are you gonna number every single? Hi, this is my 457th video.
I might. Anyways, hi, I'm Milana, and I am going to be making some vegan cheese that's going to be nut-free. The reason I'm doing this is because cashews is an ingredient that a lot of people use, and I mean, it tastes great, but it's too expensive, it's not cost efficient, and it's too much fat and too many calories. So I decided to go to the grocery store and pick up a bunch of tofu, and I'm gonna make a vegan feta cheese spread. So that's what I'm gonna do today. The base is gonna be tofu, but hold on, if you don't like tofu, I'll change your mind. There's a lot of recipes out there using tofu as a base, but I want to take it one step further, and I wanted to make a bunch of different flavors for you guys. I asked a bunch of my friends what kind of flavors they like in a cheese or in a cheese spread, and they all gave me some answers, so that's what I'm gonna go with for this video. I picked the flavors that most people suggested, and I'm gonna try those. Then I'm gonna see which one I like best so I can recommend it to you. I also have my husband try it as well. So a lot of these flavors I haven't actually tried yet. So I'm gonna try them, I'm gonna make them, I'm gonna try them, and I'm gonna rank them for you. And I really hope that you go ahead, try it yourself. The quantities that I'm making, I'm really just eyeballing it. They're not concrete, like you have to use 1 tablespoon, you have to use 1 teaspoon. They all have the same base, so you'll see that in a few seconds. And I'll show you what they are, and then you just add stuff to make it a different flavor. So that's what we're gonna do. Yay! Let's go do it. So you're gonna need a food processor. You can use a blender, but it's not gonna be the same. It's gonna be a little more chunkier. I find that the food processor makes it really creamy and smooth. So this one is really good. I like this one because the lid pops off. All right, so let's get started. First, I'm going to start with the original flavor, the feta cheese flavor, because once we get that base down, then we can add flavors to it. First, we're going to get some tofu. So for the tofu, you can press it, or you can just dab it with a paper towel. I prefer to do this just because it takes less time, and I don't really find it much different if you press it for a long amount of time. So I just pat it dry. Obviously, the more water you remove, the better, but it's not a big deal. All right, so once your tofu is patted dry-ish, you're just gonna take half of it, half the tofu. So I just like to crumple it up. You don't have to if your food processor is strong enough. I just do. Then you're gonna take 2.5 capfuls of apple cider vinegar. Again, these quantities are just me eyeballing it. They're not set in stone. You can change things up as you wish. You're gonna add a capful or 1 tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil. You're gonna put in some onion powder and garlic powder. I probably put around a teaspoon of each. And this is the secret ingredient. It is the organic miso. It's the white type. You want white type miso. So I use about 1.5 tablespoons to 2 tablespoons. Then you add some sea salt. I'd add about 1 teaspoon. And then you're gonna use the juice of half a lemon. And then you're gonna put in some nutritional yeast for that extra cheesy flavor. I usually put about 1 to 2 tablespoons of nutritional yeast. And now we're ready to blend it up. All right, now it's super smooth. Show you what it looks like in 1 second. So first I'll take out the blade. Just gonna pour that on in a bowl, but right now I'm using a plate. As you can see, it should look like this. This is the original feta spread. It's really, really good. I don't really remember what feta tastes like, but from what I remember, it tasted similar to this. I'm just gonna go rinse this off and then start the next one. But just so you guys know, because it's tofu, it should sit for at least an hour out of the fridge in room temperature, just so that the tofu can absorb. Tofu is like a sponge and it'll absorb the flavors. I don't try it right away. I let it absorb for a little bit, and then after an hour, I'll put it into the fridge for a couple hours. It could be as little as 1 hour, but 1 to 4 hours, 1 to overnight, it doesn't really matter. But the more you leave it, the more the tofu absorbs the flavor. When you put it in the fridge, it kind of solidifies a little bit, so it's a little more of like a sturdier consistency. But yeah, so I will bring this back in a couple of hours. All right, so for our next flavor, we are going to be doing a sun-dried tomato and basil flavor. Really excited about that one. So just pop this open. We'll get our other half of the tofu. And we'll repeat the process that we did before, so I'll try to speed that up. All right, so I put the base in there, so now I'm just gonna add some sun-dried tomatoes. I like to be generous with it just because I really want that flavor. So I'm gonna put literally all of these in there. This might take a bit longer to food process because they're a little bit tougher. And then I've got some basil leaves. You can use dried spices. I just happen to have the fresh herbs. I find them to be a bit stronger, but you can use dried spices. I like to put a generous amount as well. You can't have too much basil. Here we go. Okay, I think that's done. Oh, that smells great. Oh, that smells really, 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 really good. We're gonna put it in a bowl. I'm using a plate right now, but it'll be transferred into a bowl. We're gonna leave it for an hour in room temperature, and then for another hour minimum to 4 hours in the fridge. Look at that. Look at that. All right, so the next flavor, I've already prepared the base. The next flavor is gonna be a jalapeno flavor. This one I have tried before and it's really, really good. And so I'll use 1 large jalapeno. When I say large, I mean like this is a chunk of it. It's a bowl of it, just so you see. So if you're gonna get the small jalapenos, you want maybe 4 or 5 of them. Don't remove the seeds, just plop it all in there. All right. Oh yeah, this looks good. Well, you'll see bits of jalapeno in there. I just want to eat it right now. This one my husband and I have tried multiple times and we are obsessed. All right, so the next flavor we're gonna do is a chive and onion flavor. So now that we've got our base for our next flavor, we are going to do the chive and onion. So all you have to do is get your chives. Use about a handful, probably like 20 of these little guys, these little chive sticks. You just usually break it so it's a bit easier to blend or easier to process. Then I use about 1/4 of an onion because I like that onion flavor. Break it up a bit. And we're ready to food process again. And all right, the chive and onion is done. Oh, that smells delicious. This again, you want to leave it for an hour in room temperature and then again for a couple hours in the fridge. Time for our next flavor, and it's going to be a roasted red pepper. I'm actually pretty excited about that one. So again, we have the base, and the next flavor we're going to do is the roasted red pepper. Pretty excited about this one. So I just bought a jar of roasted red pepper, so I'm just going to use this one. So I'll take out probably 2 of these giant peppers. And why not add a little bit more? Let's make it super peppery. And then I'll add some pepper just because I feel like it would taste good with pepper, black pepper. So we're ready to food process this once again. All right. This one will be a bit waterier, so you have to probably put it in the fridge a bit longer. Only because the pepper has water in it. Oh, but it smells so good. So when you put it in the fridge, this one you want to maybe leave a bit longer just because you want it to harden a little more. But, oh, that smells delicious. Now we are ready for our last flavor. It's going to be kind of like an herbed feta, except all we're going to use is oregano because that's all I have right now. So, same process. By the way, the tofu is extra firm. Okay, so literally all we're gonna do is add oregano leaves. I like to add a lot, because why not? More flavor. All right, you're finally done all the flavors. So, again, you're gonna put these all aside for about an hour and then in the fridge for about an hour to 4 hours. It's up to you really. But lucky for you, I already did that, so it's already ready. So I'll bring them all out and I'll call my husband here and we're gonna test try them all. See you in a second.
Whoa. I'm gonna sit so I can fit in frame.
All right, so this is the original feta. This is the jalapeno, roasted red pepper, sun-dried tomato and basil, herbed feta, and chive and onion. So let's start with the original.
Okay.
Cheers.
Oh, that's really good. That's really good. That was really good. Wow.
I've tried this one before, and I love it.
That one's really good.
What does it taste like to you?
It tastes like feta. It tastes like a soft feta. Mm-hmm. Like you can get soft fetas and hard fetas and stuff like that. It tastes like a soft feta.
So good. Okay, next we're gonna do the jalapeno.
I've had this one before, so I know I like this one. Oh. Mm-hmm. Yeah. This one's my favorite. And that one's always great.
Okay. Let's do the sun-dried tomato and basil.
What was this one again?
This is the sun-dried tomato and basil. Cheers.
Okay, wow. Wow. That one might be better than this one. That one might be better than this one. Wow, that's a really good one. Wow.
Okay, guys, you have to try this one.
That one's amazing.
Did we do the roasted red pepper?
No, we skipped that one.
Let's do the roasted red pepper.
Okay.
Cheers.
All right. Mmm. 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 That one's great.
Guys.
That one is great.
Make it.
I like that one.
So the next one is an herb feta.
Okay.
I spiced it with oregano. I'm so happy about these.
These are amazing. Okay.
Cheers. I can't pick a favorite.
Wow. That's great.
Honestly, you need to try the herb feta.
Hey, buddy. Hey. I don't know if you could hear his cries on the mic.
Well, now I have to pick up the other one. All right. We've got one more flavor to try. All right, the next one is a chive and onion.
Right,
I'm really excited for this one. Cheers. Mmm.
Mmm. Mm-hmm. Mmm.
Yes.
That one's really good too.
Okay, favorite.
All right. Should we take some time to like think about it and like come up with a list, or just gonna go right off the bat?
Right off the bat.
All right.
Like what?
Okay.
Let's just take 5 and go think about it.
Start with your least favorite and build up to your most favorite. All right. What's your 6th?
I like them all, so I think I'm going to say chive and onion.
My 6th, again, I agree with you. They're all amazing. I think my 6th as well, I'm going to say the chive and onion.
Are you just going to copy me for everything?
I'm not just going to copy you.
My next one, roasted red pepper.
Okay.
So 6th for me is the chive and onion, and then the roasted red pepper.
Okay. 5th place for me, I love it, but I'm going to say the original, just because I always like things to be flavored, and although that one's good, it has a nice flavor, I like some extra flavors. So I'm going to say that one is my 5th.
Okay. My 4th is going to be the original as well.
My 4th is oregano, the herbed feta.
My 3rd is going to be jalapeno.
Okay. My 3rd will be the roasted red pepper. It was delicious. I mean, there's just 2 that were better than it.
My 2nd is going to be the herbs feta with the oregano.
That was good. That one was good. And so that leaves your 1st as what? This?
Sun-dried tomato and basil.
Yeah, that one was great. So for me, it was down to this one and this one as being my favorite. And I was amazingly shocked by how good this one was. I couldn't believe it. But jalapeno is my favorite flavor of almost everything always. And even though I've had this one a million times, it's still my favorite. But this is a definite close second. So my favorite's the jalapeno still.
All right, so the winners are the sun-dried tomato and basil and the jalapeno. So I really hope that you guys try this, and please tell me what you think. And also, if you guys can come up with other flavors and then let me know in the comments below, I would love that. I always want to try more. One that I was thinking of right before I was filming this is how about like a sriracha lime, like that.
Yes.
I think I'll try that one next. But for now, please give these ones a shot. They're honestly great to just keep in your fridge as a spread.
Honestly, try these. They're unreally good, unbelievably good.
Unreally good.
I meant to say they're unreal and they're really good, and it came out as unreally good.
Anyways,
This is why I'm behind the camera.
We're gonna go enjoy these some more. And I hope to see you guys in my next video. And yeah.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Moana out. Did you stop filming the camera?
Mm-mm.
It's still filming us?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna shut that off.